these figures in any case cannot be the figures of Jain Sadhvis, Brahmi and Sundari in Digambar Jain context, since these are endowed with decorated mukutas and other ornaments. Accordingly, the Bahubali images from Shwetambar sites, that is from Shantinath Temple, Kumharia, Vimalvasahi, Delwada, Shatrunjay, show the flanking Sadhvi figures of Brahmi and Sundari in persuasive attitude, while the images from Digambar sites like Badami, Aiholi, Ellora, Devgarh, Khajuraho, Sironpur distinctly exhibit the beaded figures of two Vidyadharis or Khecharis standing on two flanks of Bahubali and holding the two ends of entwining creepers in their effort to remove it. So while making a study, one should take care of the text of different sects, as well as of the mutuality, as well as the symbolic suggestions of philosophical and other moral concepts being transmitted through the images. Now I would go through some of the visuals. Very quickly, because the captions are given, and some of them, the first part is that are from Khajuraho. I have to be very quick in view of the time. So this is a door lintel, because some scholars have opined that the Parshvanath temple was basically a Brahminical temple, which was subsequently appropriated as or into Jain temples, which I do not agree for the reasons. Because here you find in the center Chakreshwari is there. Lalat means suggestive that this door lintel was used in the temple of Adinath. It comes from Khajuraho, the caption is given. And the Navagrahas we can see. The other Yakshis are Ambika, Chakreshwari, Padmavati. Next please. This is the general view. Next please. The same. Next please. 16 auspicious dreams carved above the door lintel on each of the Jain temples, because we know of only 3 Jain temples at Khajuraho, but at the moment I have counted that at least 25 Jain temples of different dimensions were there. And the Parshvanath temple is in the midst of the Jain temples, around could be seen the Jain temples. So it is not in isolation. Next please. This is the Parshvanath Jain temple. Next. Front view, the Ardhamandap or the porch. Next. This is the exterior wall of the south, which do contain the figures of different Brahminical deities along with their Shaktis, including Kam, Ram, Vishnu, Shiv. And some scholars say that it was basically a Brahminical. No. As I have mentioned that we do find frequent references to different Brahminical deities in Jain texts from the very beginning. In the Trishashti Shalaka Purush, in the list of the 63 great men also. And moreover, they are represented only either alone or along with their respective Shaktis. But no incarnatory form of Vishnu or any Anugrah or terrific form of Shiv have been depicted on this Parshvanath temple, which was the usual practice of the contemporary Brahminical temple. So they were careful to have only such form of the Brahminical deities which were mentioned in the Jain texts. Next. The northern part. Next. The doorway, we can see Chakreshwari in the Lalat. Chakreshwari is the Yakshi of Adinath, means the temple was dedicated to Adinath. And it is said that it was added subsequently. it is also said that the inscription was re-engraved after 200 or 300 years. But no one says that the content, because we should take into account the whole of the temple complex, Jain temple complex. Parshvanath not in isolation. If the inscription of 1011 Samvat was subsequently re-engraved, but no one says that the content or date was changed. And that inscription distinctly mentions, as I have just now referred, that the temple was that of Jinnath, means the Adinath. Contemporary ruler was Dhan. Pahil donated Vatikas. So therefore, no point, the only thing was that some of the sculptures, because of the damage caused in due course of time, were replaced. So that should not be the main reason to conclude that the temple was not basically a Jain temple. It was basically a Jain temple, and it is the best example in art to show the harmonious relationship or mutuality between Brahmanism and Jainism. Because both were living together at Khajuraho. Dhan patronized Jainism. He had Vasav Chandra as Maharaj Guru. The total context goes in favor of having a Jain temple with Brahmanic entities. It doesn't go against it. One could see, and we have seen on the door lintel, earlier door lintel, and also in subsequent door lintels, Chakreshwari is shown just in the identical form as she is shown here, and she is the Yakshi. Next. This is the inscription. Next. The original, the pedestal, the parikar inside is original, and which do contain the cognizance bull, Yaksh, Gomukh, Yakshi Chakreshwari, and the flanking jinas, which are there. Main jina is not there, is of Suparsh and Parsh. Therefore, on account of the main image, its parikar being in the sanctum sanctorum, had it been replaced, the entire image must have been there. And moreover, whatever has been taken as replacement belongs to stylistically 10th century AD. So it is surprising. Had there been any appropriation, it should have been from Jain to Brahmanism, not from Brahmanism to Jain, because the Chandel rulers were the Brahmanical rulers. Next, please. The center is taken as Shivling. It is obviously not. The floral decoration. Next, please. This we can see the subsequent 1860 image of Parshvanath, and on account of that, the temple came to be known as Parshvanath temple, while it is Adinath temple. Next, please. Inside the temple, we have the Jain. Next, please. The Garbhagriha exterior wall or facade continuously have the figures of the jinas as well as Bahubali above. One can see with the Dikpalas, Apsaras, because we have frequent, so many references as to the Apsaras in Jain texts. So they were equally for the spiritual as well as the material or the world of beauty. So there is nothing to worry about that. So far as the representation of the jinas, Bahubalis and the Apsaras, because Parshvanath temple appears to be the best so far as the Apsaras figures are concerned. Next.